Last night, we passed two significant pieces of legislation. We passed legislation that radically reforms and improves how we deal with fines and infringements across Victoria. And we also passed significant Treasury legislation. We're getting on with the job of delivering the leadership and the government the people of Victoria need. We're rolling out our great budget. We're going to roll out our increased funding for schools, for hospitals, for additional police, for improved services for those who are disadvantaged and in most need. At the same time, we're going to continue our great agenda of key infrastructure, like the full East-West link, like the Melbourne Rail Link, the Airport Rail Link, the Cranbourne-Pakenham Railway upgrade, the widening of the Tullamarine Freeway, the extension of the duplication of the Western Highway and the Princess Highway West, the rail standardisation to Mildura. These key infrastructure projects to service a growing population and a growing economy, and to create 26,000 new jobs. And we'll come back into Parliament in the next sitting week with an important government business program. And among that government business program will be key legislation that will make a difference to all Victorians. We will be introducing tougher sentencing for important and significant crimes, tougher sentencing for drug traffickers, tougher sentences for pedophiles, and tougher sentences for those involved in culpable driving causing death. We'll be introducing important legislation on flood mitigation. If Daniel Andrews wants to be constructive and positive about the future of Victoria, he should support a government business program so we can get on with introducing tougher sentences for pedophiles, tougher sentences for people who are drug traffickers. The community's been crying out for tougher sentences for pedophiles and drug traffickers. Daniel Andrews needs to come on board and vote for Victoria instead of voting to be a wrecking political game player.
Now, last night Daniel Andrews was out saying he was not going to give the government an easy ride. Well, Daniel Andrews needs to come out and explain what he meant by that. Did he mean by that that he is going to oppose tougher legislation for pedophiles and for drug traffickers? The people in Victoria are sick and tired of Daniel Andrews being a wrecker and disrupting the Parliament. The people of Victoria want an opposition leader and an opposition that will be responsible, will deal with legislation on its merits and will say what they stand for. To date, Daniel Andrews has done none of that. He's had one single focus, that is to be a disruptor. Well, next week he will be put to the test. Will he or will he not support legislation that will dramatically increase sentences for serious drug traffickers, for pedophiles and for those involved in culpable driving? If he's going to oppose that legislation, he needs to come out and say so.